What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the Black Panther soundtrack. It's various artists, but a lot of it's Kendrick, which is, I think, not why the movies per se are so successful, but the soundtrack has been so successful because a lot of Kendrick on here and other good artists, Schoolboy, Absol, but um, guys like Khalid. I think it's Khalid. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I know who Khalid is, but um, I mean, yeah, I know who Khalid is, but I've heard that people say Khalid, but I think it's Khalid. I hear most people pronouncing it that way. And 14 tracks, and like I said, a lot of it is Kendrick, but um, that's some very good. I was put on to a few new artists on here. SOB XRBE, I believe. I know it's SOB at first. XRBE, I believe, is rest of it, and yeah. So got put onto a few new artists and got to see some artists that I just know anyway, SZA as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this review. Um, I guess I'll talk about Black Panther, the title track, um, and like the soundtrack to the movie, like I said. And it was a cool opening track. At first, I was like, this kind of, why does this give me like, what do I want to say, kind of like Take Care Drake vibes, but I was cool with that. Then it kind of switched up a little bit, and I was like, okay, there we go. The second track is All the Stars, Kendrick Lamar and SZA. SZA just being SZA, just with her amazing vocals, and Kendrick um, with some real lyrics here. Like, what do you say? Oh, you the more store, you import motherfucker. I don't even like you. I'm like, yeah, Kendrick. I don't even know if I say chip on my shoulder, Kendrick, but just this is that just so sure of himself, Kendrick, but not necessarily arrogant, but just very, very secure, Kendrick. And like I said, it says it with those vocals. Like this is something I listen to, especially at nighttime, because it just fits. And it's titled All the Stars. Track number 310. Oh my goodness. Featuring Schoolboy Q and 2 Chains and Saudi. This is something else. When Schoolboy said like, "Yo, even Kendrick can't make me humble or humble me," I was like, "Okay, all right." So we're gonna have a little bit of a battle, like a TDE battle. Not a beef or nothing, but okay. Let's see what comes of it. But yeah, man. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Live on 10. Hey, but are you on 10 yet? Freaking Kendrick, man. This shit was cool. 2 Chainz had a nice verse. And then this dude Saudi was cool too. I think what I want to say he was featured on another track on here. But yeah, this track, Are You on 10 Yet? Just Kendrick saying that over and over again. I was like, why do I like that so much? The next track I want to talk about is The Ways, featuring Khalid and Sway Lee. Sway Lee from Ray Sremmurd. I don't know. I don't know. Ray Sremmurd. I guess it's that. I'm not sure, but Khalid with the just amazing vocals as usual. Power girl, I really wanna know your ways. I really wanna know. Then you got Sway Lee coming in with I don't. It wasn't auto tune. He had something else as a vocal effect here, and it fit the vibe. Towards the end, I was like, okay, his verse didn't need to keep going. If it had just been, if it had just been like the first part of his verse, and they cut the track short, it would have been fine. But it was still a great track though. Now, the next track, Ops, featuring Vince Staples. And who else was featured on here? Eugen Blackrock. Okay. Um, Kendrick, Vince is still kind of on his um, Big Fish Theory vibe. And yeah, you're dead to me. Guys on Ops on 10, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. I'm like, it was a cool track. I pretty much because of Vince is why I liked it. Um, I'm not huge on Vince. I don't see the big deal about Big Fish Theory. I'd see more of the deal about Summertime '06, even though I don't go crazy over that. But Vince can rap. I don't know why. I'm just not that deep. I'm just not that into him. I have no idea why. But he can rap, and I do like him. I wish I liked him more than I do though. Next track I want to talk about is "I Am," which was with Georgia Smith. It was a cool track. It was mostly her just vocalizing, her singing, and it took like 3 listens for me to actually not just have this as background music, but actually listen to this track, and it was a cool track. Just speaking on who she is. Um, the next track I want to talk about is "Paramedic," featuring SOBXRBE and Kendrick. Um, man, real West Coast shit here. Like Sob, I'm gonna go with Sob. Sob's freaking flow had me like, yeah, this is some West. Like that's some bit of a older, but more of that new West. Especially with that beat and the way he was flowing, kind of had me laughing. It's like I listened to his Gangin' project. A lot of flows like this and beats like this, and just Kendrick like, I wish a nigga would, I wish a nigga would, wish a nigga would, I wish a bitch would. Like, just very catchy hooks on here from Kendrick, which is more than you usually get from Kendrick as far as songs on his solo albums, kind of. Well, at least after Good Kid, Mad City. Not to take anything away from Kendrick, but these are very catchy hooks. I don't really get that from Kendrick when I think about Damn, It's a Pimp a Butterfly, even though It's a Pimp a Butterfly is that shit. And so is Damn, of course. And Good Kid, Mad City. Everything Kendrick does is the shit, so it does not matter. Um, the next track I want to talk about is Bloody Waters, featuring Anderson .Paak. Um, okay, is Blake something I want to say? Let me see. James Blake, Absol. Absol, very good verse on here. He really fit like this beat, the way it was. It made me think, yeah, this Absol would be rapping over this. This fits him. Um, James Blake with some vocals, and of course Anderson .Paak with some vocals. I mean, Anderson .Paak, who um had a good had some good vocals on here, but he hasn't really blown me away since Malibu. Even that thing he did with Knowledge. What did they do? I forget. I forget what it was called, what they called themselves. But he has not blown me away since Malibu. Here he didn't blow me away, and I mean, of course, he has amazing vocals, but I've not been blown away like that since Malibu. And honestly, and um, it's kind of underwhelming of a track, honestly. But I still think it's cool. I'm not going crazy over it just because Pack's on there, and I'm not going crazy over it just because Absol's on there. But it is a good track though. I just wanted to like this more. The next track, King's Dead, Kendrick, J Rock, Future, James Blake. Look, Future had a cool verse, but that whole, well, I'm not even gonna say but. I like that little bit at the end. Daddy, daddy, no, no, mommy, no, give me some syrup. I'm like, Future's stupid. He's so stupid. Oh man, J Rock had a cool. No, J Rock actually had a damn good verse actually. Um, and towards the end, when it was a beat switch, Kendrick, when he was rapping and that beat got so freaking hard, I was like, yo, this is the shit, man. The West and the South coming together. Future representing Atlanta, Kendrick and J Rock representing representing Compton. J Rock, I believe he's from Compton. I know he's from he's from the area at least. Um, Redemption Interlude. It was cool. I didn't really pay much attention to that. I paid attention to the track Redemption, featuring Babes Wadumo and Zachary or Zakari. He is over with me. Zachary, he is over. Like that song he did, I think it was Love. what it was off there. It was like track 10, I want to say, and or 11. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is a car, this Zachary dude, who I believe I heard of at that time anyway. A little bit before that, I think I heard of him. And just to hear him on that, and then to hear him on this track Redemption, it's like, yo, this dude is over with me. Like, if a project of his drops, I'm checking it out. Seasons, uh, man, really putting on for the West here because you got Mozzie, who has an album dropping. What I want to say this week, but it could be next week. Um, and Sava, yo, man, I gotta say, this is a damn good track, but especially towards the end, was Sava got a little not emotional, but got pretty deep, as personal as far as what he's seen in the streets. And when that beat switched, I was like, yo, this got real like that. And really made this track one of my favorites because of that towards the end with that beat switch. I was like, man, this vibe got got dark. And it was a real moment there. So next track I want to talk about is Big Shot. Kendrick and Travis. I really like this track as well. I didn't download it, but I'm glad that I like the track with Travis Scott on it because I want to like Travis Scott more because he's from Houston. Well, he's from same place that Zero's from Texas. He's from dang it. Wow, how did I forget? I mean he represents Houston. People say he's from Houston, but he's not from Houston. He's from the same place that Zero is from. And because I love Houston hip hop, I love Texas hip hop. So when somebody comes from Texas, I want to like them. Um, uh, Missouri City, yeah. Travis is from Missouri City, like Zero is, and so is Khalid, who's featured on here. He's from Texas. But I don't want to say he's from San Marcos and Brockhampton. They're from Texas, so it's cool to see that I see a track that has Travis Scott featured on it, and I like it because I want to like Travis Scott more than I do. Okay, and so Brockhampton's from San Marcos. Okay, and Khalid, he is from uh he's from Fort Stewart, Georgia. I swear they said he was from freaking he's from some part of Texas. Okay, but yeah, Big Shot was a cool track. It was cool that I liked it because I wanted to like that track when I saw Travis was on there and Kendrick's on there, so I'm probably gonna like it anyway. And I'm missing one. The last track I want to talk about is uh, I can pull this up real quick because I have my notes right here, but I didn't write the features down. Oh yeah, Pray for Me, The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar. Of course, Kendrick doing his thing. Weeknd really doing his thing. I haven't really messed with The Weeknd since Beauty Behind the Madness. Starboy, I was like, yeah, but yeah. To see Weeknd on here, I was like, there we go, Weeknd pulling some shit back that I can get into. And I live on my own. I live on my own. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I like that. There we go. Really wrapping up this soundtrack nicely. Um, overall, I have to say, really enjoyed this project. Um, if I could say the tracks that I just kind of underwhelming, I'm not really gonna count the Redemption interlude, but Bloody Waters, and I Am Ops, even though they are memorable tracks, every track on here is memorable. But Bloody Waters just kind of was like, a bit underwhelming considering who was on there. Um, mainly because of the beat. Hearing Anderson on that kind of beat, I'm like, I'd rather see Absol rapping. I'd rather hear Anderson pack on something like The Waves with Khalid. Can you imagine? God. uh, I Am. Maybe something, maybe pack on there too. And Ops, I'm like, that saved that track for me, but I'm just not into that for some reason. That whole vibe, especially the vibe going if it's about he was on Big Fish Theory. But overall, damn good soundtrack. I can give it a 7.5 out of 10. If you've heard this soundtrack, go ahead and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. What you think about my review on it. If you haven't heard the soundtrack, I definitely recommend that you check it out. And if you've seen the movie, go ahead and do not let me know how you feel about the movie. I have not seen the movie yet, so you know what? Let me know what you think about the movie, but don't spoil a damn thing. Okay, please don't do that. I will delete your comment with a swiftness. All right, and you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check the description so you can see my social medias and my everything else. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all next time.